But first, breaking tonight, we're waiting to see whether President Trump will agree to or reject the latest peace plan with Iran. The deal would extend the ceasefire by 60 days as new talks are held on the Islamic Republic's nuclear program. The devil, as always, is in the details. Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy starts us off tonight with the very latest, live from the North Lawn. Good evening, Peter.
Good evening, Brett. The countdown is on. President Trump is here at the White House, where he says he will soon make a final determination about this proposed deal with Iran after a 2-hour-long meeting in the Situation Room with his national security team.
There's a couple of points in the Post that really give us cause for optimism.
The points in the Post: the Hormuz Strait must be immediately open. No tolls. Ships caught in the strait due to our amazing and unprecedented naval blockade, which will now be lifted, may start the process of heading home. Enriched materials, sometimes referred to as nuclear dust, will be unearthed by the United States in close coordination and conjunction with the Islamic Republic of Iran, plus the International Atomic Energy Agency, and destroyed. No money will be exchanged until further notice. That's key because, according to the New York Times, earlier in the negotiations, Tehran had demanded reparations for bombardment damage that some Iranian officials estimate at $300 billion to $1 trillion. Two diplomats briefed on the latest draft called it an international investment fund, which the United States would help facilitate in the event of a final deal. And if diplomacy fails...
When I talk to your commanders, when I talk to all of you this morning, I know you're ready. And that gives me confidence. That gives the president confidence. And it should give the American people confidence.
Military experts hope the U.S. will negotiate a way to verify Iran's claims about its nuclear program, even though Iran has historically skirted safeguards put in place by international bodies.
I think we need to make sure we don't let our guard down. We keep watching for them because you can't trust them.
For now, Iran's parliament speaker claims no action will be taken before the other side acts. But U.S. officials claim there is a real substance beneath Iran's bluster.
I think one of the things that has gone unappreciated and unnoticed here is this is the first time the Iranians have been willing to discuss the nuclear subject.
But now tonight, in some wires that are crossing, the Iranians claim they are only focused on ending the war, not negotiating over their nuclear program. That's coming from a spokesperson for Iran's foreign ministry. We don't know if that means they will never negotiate over the nuclear program or if they're just going to wait until the war is officially over. Brett.
Here we go again. We'll follow that. Peter, also today there were a pair of rulings by federal judges against the president today. What happened?
Yes, first this morning, a federal judge ruled that the administration cannot move any money for the time being into the $1.8 billion weaponization fund, which is meant to pay out people who think they have been victimized by the federal government. Then, this afternoon, a separate federal judge ruled that President Trump's name has to come off the Trump-Kennedy Center, and the administration cannot move forward with planned renovations that would close the center for 2 years. And that is too much for the president. In a very long post, he concludes with this: I have instructed the Department of Commerce to make all necessary arrangements with Congress to allow a full and complete transfer of this institution, giving them the responsibility for its operation, maintenance, and management. And so his argument in this long post is basically, if they're going to take my name off it and they're not going to let me fix it, it's not worth my time. Right.
That's big news for Washington on a Friday afternoon. Peter, thanks.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.